Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Kevon's Life. I'm Kevon, and today I have a tutorial for you all on this chunky crochet mesh mini handbag. This is a great project that works up really quickly. This is the perfect handbag for a night out or a beach vacation where you don't have to carry much. You will need to know how to create a slip knot, double crochet, and slip stitch. So for materials, you're going to need some t-shirt yarn. It's a t-shirt yarn that I picked up from Amazon. You're gonna need some scissors, and you're gonna actually be crocheting with your size 10 millimeter hook, and then you're going to want a smaller hook just to kind of help you pull the t-shirt yarn through as we are wrapping up the project. You will also probably want some stitch markers. 1 to 2 should be fine. All right, so let's get started. You will be using your t-shirt yarn in double strand. So first you're going to make a slip knot. Then I'm going to grab my hook and I'm going to chain 10. This will start the base of our bag. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. This second chain from the hook, we're going to place a single crochet. There's 1. And then we're going to place 7 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. So I like to count forward just to make sure I'm doing it right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I should have 1 single crochet left, and that's perfect. So let's put our single crochets in. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we've done 7 crochets. Now in this last stitch, we are going to work 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And that's going to help us get around to the other side here. And now we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to place 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches, and then I'm going to place 2 single crochets in the last one. So this is where we're going to place our first single crochet. And I'm also going to carry in the tail of the yarn so I can get it weaved in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now we're at our last stitch. We are going to place 2 single crochets in this stitch. 1, 2. Okay, and now we have 1 round of our oval base. So I'm going to slip stitch into our very first stitch of the round. And I like to chain 1. So I slip stitch, chain 1, and now I'm going to place my first single crochet of the new round here. 1, and I'm gonna grab my stitch marker and mark that first stitch so I know. and I need to place a total of 7 single crochets here. So we just did our first one. This will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now I should have 3 single crochets in this curve. I'm going to place 2 single crochets in each stitch for a total of 6. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that helps us get around the curve. So we have 6 stitches around the curve. And now we're going to work 7 more single crochets, 1 in each. 4, 5, 6, 7. And now I should have 3 stitches left over. And I do. 1, 2, 3. This was our slip stitch, so we'll ignore this one. So I'm going to place 2 single crochets in each. Two, 1, 2, 1, 2. And to confirm that we're on the right track, we can just count our stitches. At the end of this row, we should have a total of 26 stitches. So I'm going to start from my stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Looking good. So now I'm going to slip stitch in to my first single crochet. And now we're ready to start round 3 of the base. So we're going to do the same thing, single crochet 7 stitches across. 1. I'm going to add my stitch marker back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now to get around this curve, we're gonna work 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets across these 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So that got us around the curve. So now we're gonna work 7 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we'll do the same as what we did on the other side of the curve. We're gonna work 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, this is the slip stitch, so we'll ignore this one. One, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Okay, and now what we can do is just double check. At the end of round 3, we should have a total of 32 stitches. So I'm just gonna double check before I go. Stitch marker is my very first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30, 32. Is that this one? 32. So we're looking good. So I'm going to slip stitch into my first single crochet of the row, chain up 1. Now we have finished with the base of the bag. We're gonna start with the body. So now we're moving on to round 4. We just single crochet all the way around, but in the back loops only, in these parts only, in the back loops only. So I'm going to take out my stitch marker, single crochet in the back loop only. That's 1. Going to add my stitch marker. I added my stitch marker, and now I'm going to go all the way around in the back loops only. So that will help the bag kind of stand up. So this is my second crochet, single crochet. So 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet all the way around, and I will meet you back at the end of round 4. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay. And I feel very confident because I counted out loud, so I'm not going to recount. So fun fact, I made this tutorial a year ago and never put it out. So here it is a year later, and I thought that I should go ahead and put it out there. So that's why my nails are different, and yeah, don't be alarmed. Now that we have single crocheted in the back loop only, we're ready to start the mesh stitch pattern. So the mesh stitch pattern is pretty simple. You are going to do a double crochet, skip a stitch, double crochet, skip a stitch, but we are going to do an increase on both sides of the curve, and I'll show you where. So the first thing that you want to do is chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's technically a chain 3, which will count as our double crochet plus 1. So now we are going to skip this stitch and work in the next stitch. We're going to put a double crochet, then chain 1, and then we will start our mesh stitch pattern. We are going to make our increase on the 11th stitch and the 23rd stitch. So right now we have 32 stitches around. We're going to make our increase on the 11th stitch and the 23rd stitch. And the way we count the stitches is, and since we know that there's 32, we just count those stitches. So like I said, the chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So that's 1 stitch. The stitch that we skipped is 2. The stitch that we just did a double crochet into is 3, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to skip the 4th stitch, double crochet into the 5th stitch, chain 1, skip the 6th stitch, double crochet into the 7th stitch, chain 1, skip the 8th, double crochet into the 9th, chain 1, that's the 10th, and here's the 11th stitch. This is where we're going to make our increase. So double crochet into the 11th stitch, chain 1, and double crochet again into the same stitch. So we just made our first increase. That is 11. That's the 11th stitch. So chain 1. And then I'm going to continue to work around. So I'm skipping the 12th stitch, double crochet into the 13th stitch, chain 1, skip the 14th, double crochet into the 15th stitch, chain 1, skip the 16th, double crochet into the 17th, chain 1, skip 18, double crochet into 19, chain 1, skip the 20th, double crochet into the 21st, chain 1, skip 22. Here's the 23rd stitch. This is where we're going to make our next increase. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet back into the same stitch, the 23rd stitch, chain 1, and then we just finished the pattern. So I chained 1, I'm going to skip the 24th stitch, double crochet into the 25th stitch, chain 1, skip 26, double crochet into the 27th, double crochet, skip 28, double crochet into the 29th, chain 1, skip 30, double crochet into the 31st, and we should have 1 stitch left, which we do. And then since I chained 1, now I'm just going to slip stitch to close the round. So 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into this one, chain up 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next mesh round. So next we continue the crochet mesh pattern. We don't do any increases this round. We just follow the pattern around. So I chained up 4. I'm going to double crochet into this stitch, chain 1, double crochet into this stitch, chain 1, and work it all the way around. Work it just the same. So even when you hit the increases, nothing changes. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, all the way around. There are no new increases on this round. I will meet y'all back when I have all 4 rounds of my double crochet mesh pattern before we start the handle. Okay, I have finished my 4 rounds of the mesh crochet pattern, and I'm still working wrong side out, inside out. So I have my tail here, that's how you know. So yeah, I am ready to slip stitch to close the round. I'm going to chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm going to flip my bag right side out. So the bag is right side out now, looking good. My chain of 4 is here, and I'm going to turn my work and we're going to start working around. So we're going to continue the mesh crochet stitch. We're going to make 4 mesh crochet spaces, these little pieces here, before we start our handle. So like I said, I chained up the 3 plus 1. Now I'm going to skip a stitch, double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1. So there's 1 mesh space. I'm going to continue the pattern. Chain 1, there's my second mesh space. Double crochet, chain 1, there's my third mesh space. And here's my 4th mesh space. And I just did my chain 1. So I have 4 mesh spaces here, and now this is where we are going to start the handle. The chained up 1, and we're going to chain up a total of 10. So I'm going to do 9 more chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we have 10 for the handle, and I'm going to skip 10 stitches across and double crochet into the next mesh stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is this one right here, which is a mesh stitch. So I'm going to double crochet into that mesh stitch, and there we have our first handle. So now we're going to continue the mesh pattern around. Again, we need to have 4 spaces on this side. So I'll chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next mesh stitch. So there's 1 mesh space. There's 2. There's 3, and this is our 4th. Chain 1. Oh, and actually I moved a little too fast, so I just chained 1, but that's actually for our handle. So now we just need to do 9 more chains for a total of 10. For the handle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I should have 10 for my handle. And instead of double crocheting over here, we just need a slip stitch because we already have the height with our chain 3 because it counts as a double crochet. So now I'm just going to slip stitch back over. So we have the start of our handles. So for this next round, this is our final round, I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to turn my work, and we're going to work back around. And for this last round, we're just going to slip stitch across every single stitch. And so for the handle, I like to just go in where I can fit in, if that makes sense. So I get in where I fit in, slip stitch 1, and for the handle, I just go in between the V's all the way across. And since these are slip stitches, you don't want to be super tight with them because you don't want to like restrict the bag. And I just work every stitch around. I will see y'all once I've gotten all the way back around, but this is what it's looking like so far. So I have about 2 more stitches to go, so I'm just going to slip stitch in, and then we just close it up at this point. So you could do whatever method you know, if you know how to do like an invisible loop, whatever you want to do. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just going to slip stitch in, and then pull out the yarn, and then I'm going to weave in the rest of my t-shirt yarn. But that is the bag, y'all. I'm just gonna dump my yarn in there, but this is the bag. This is, I would use this one more like as the back of my bag because you can really see the seam or whatever. So this would probably be the front of my bag. So yeah, there we have it. There's the bag.